Well, thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me and Reggie Owens on Archive D Style here. I'm being joined by the one, the only Reggie Owens. You are listening to the February 20th edition of Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. For those coming in on Archive, all right, if you're listening on Archive, press the damn like button. Make sure it turns blue. Reggie Live keeps whooping Archives' ass when it comes to, jabbing the damn like button, right? What's going on? Well, why is Live, utilizing the jab more? What was going on?
I guess because we keep putting these reminders out there, man. I know it's hard when people want to get right into listen to some good boxing talk. They forget to hit these like buttons, man. I'm a victim of it, or should I say I'm guilty of it until I hear someone tell me to, say to hit it. Because when I'm on the phone, most of the times, if I'm on the laptop, that like button's right there. I see it, I know to tap it. But on the phones is the problem. The phones, you got to move that chat. So I think that's what it is. But hit that like button.
Hit the like button. And for those that are too literal, by the way, okay, like don't literally punch your laptop, okay, and then come back at me and be like, "These style made me break my laptop." Okay, just press the like, make sure it turns blue. All right, and while you're at it, if you like the content, subscribe. All right, hit a nice cross to the subscribe button and an uppercut to that bell button. That way you're notified when these style boxing comes out live, just like Brown Boxing was just notified. Just like Nassim the Dream was notified. And Stormy B-Man and Tone Brown and Dark Vader. What's going on? What's going on? Man, Reggie, Alejandra Jimenez. They just came out. Get ready for the surprise, Reggie. Okay, you ready to get surprised? The B sample came out positive, right? By the way, how did the B sample come out? I was told, okay, that B samples take years to review. That's what I heard. Okay, in the UK, they take months, years sometimes to review the B sample. In this case, the B sample came out right away. Andrew Charles, I appreciate the support. All right, and I did miss your super chat yesterday as I reviewed the show again, and I definitely appreciate yesterday's super chat as well. Talk to us, Reggie. What's going on with Alejandra Jimenez? What's going on?
Man, they didn't give her enough time for that molecule of male testosterone to break down in that piece she pissed in. The bottle was still steaming. It was opened up to air and it caught on fire. But ultimately, man, it really exposed a different side to this game, man, where it comes to where you're dealing inside of women boxing and you have women making, and this what leads into this whole transgendering side of stuff to where people are being accepted. People can be gender selective on what they want to be. But now this woman transitioning into being a man, but knowing she's not gifted enough to, she may identify herself. She gets to be selective. At this moment in life, outside, I want to be a man, address me as a man. But when it comes to competitive sports, her not being physically gifted enough, she wants to go ahead and be follow this distinction of being a female when she's actually putting herself into more of a masculine type of physical standard based on what she's put in her body. And this is what has to be addressed. So the science community done its thing as far as busting her, finding the substance. Now it's up to this Texas commission, who the spotlight is really on to do their thing. Also, the spotlight is on this guy to my left, her right, holding the arm up, Mauricio Suleiman, to take some expedited actions of correcting what went wrong, giving Freshan back that title, apologizing to Freshan, and making a statement about this because he was quick to run to this chick's defense. about people making the accusations, or based on what people see when they look at this woman. I mean, looking at this picture now, she looks more manly than both of these dudes on the side of her, and
I thought that was Ruben Guerrero
it's
for a
time
second,
that
by the way.
that, but but no, it's time for boxing to get serious about this thing, regardless of if this is a woman or whatnot. What she did was wrong. She ain't just going there on no performance enhancing stuff. From what I understand, this is male testosterone, so she's looking to go another level with it. I ain't too familiar with these drugs or anything, but still, it looks bad. It ain't it ain't it ain't it ain't a clean athlete going in there, and it puts the other fighter in harm's way. So this fighter knows what she's doing. She has to be dealt with appropriately. But the way boxing's been running when it comes to these type of elements in the sport, they seem to give them a pat on the back and let them roll right back into the sport. And they can fail multiple times before anything is done. But I would like to see boxing get more in the realm of how track handles things. I think baseball is tough on it as well. But all in all, give that chick back her belt. They need to take away her defeat. Not sure what happens with her record as well. I don't know if it turns into a no contest or if they can flip it over into a loss. But Freshan's record ought to be changed as far as that. But that's all I got on that.
Absolutely. For those coming in, make sure you throw a jab at the like button. This is the February 20th edition of Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. You can catch us every Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Here. Make sure you stay here. We have a lot of great content. Open forum a little later on for whoever wants to come in and talk that Wilder versus Fury. We'll put the link in the chat. You guys can jump in and give us your thoughts. Okay. By the way, don't be shy. Okay, just come on, give us your thoughts. All right, you don't even have to show your face. There's an option to turn off the camera. It's all good. All right. With that said, Alejandra Jimenez B sample comes out positive. By the way, didn't the WBC give her 10 days, like 30 days ago or some shit like that, to provide an explanation, Reggie? What happened to that?
I think that was the IBF was.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, we're going to see what happens here, but there needs to be, bro, when you catch these fighters doing this, you have to punish them. Like I'm talking, and I don't give a shit if people say this is too harsh, right? 2-year minimum ban from the sport, okay? Where it fucking hurts, where they got to say to themselves, I don't think this shit's worth it, right? By the way, come on, is anybody really shocked? Right? Like, I'll bullshit aside. Was anybody shocked when they heard this news? Anyone out there? Like, when you heard Alejandra Jimenez tested positive, where you're like, what? What? What's going on? What? Were you shocked? Okay. I mean, she went out. No. Do you remember the post-fight press conference, bro? Or not the post-fight press, the interview after her fight when she won? Okay. Sí, mira, yo quiero pelear. Yo quiero pelear con la Shields. Yo quiero pelear con ella. Vamos a pelear con todos. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro. Okay? I mean, this is unbelievable. And then the B sample, was anybody shocked? Was anybody surprised? Was anybody like, oh my God, I can't believe it? Alejandra Jimenez tested positive? What? Ain't nobody. No one was shocked. Ain't a dude. Dude, there ain't a troll out there that will even troll about that. Okay, they're like, oh, I was shocked. Not even the trolls, Reggie, are like acting like they're shocked, bro. Nobody. It ain't happening. Any thoughts on this situation, Reggie? What do you think should happen? What type of punishment would Reggie Owens lay down?
Oh man, for one, she'll end up. I agree with you on that 2-year suspension. If not 2 years plus, the fine should at least take 30% of her money. I don't want to say take, but damn, maybe the fine could. I don't want to be so harsh, but at least 30% of that purse got to be turned over into a fine.
I'll tell you what, it should be 50%, and 50% of it should go to her opponent, not the commission, to the opponent. Big thank you, Big Dog Willie, for that. And he says, fuck Dillian White. You guys can donate for me to say fuck Dillian White anytime, by the way. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Reggie. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. But yeah, for some percentage of her purse needs to be taken away from her. She needs to be also during this time period placed into random drug testing as well to make sure she ain't going through with whatever sexual process she's going through with these drugs, hormonal process. She needs to be tested throughout if she is to compete. If she's found with any type of failure in the test during this period in which she's suspended, they need to put a lifetime ban out on her. Let her go into bodybuilding or something.
But who's the dude that says she looked like Drew Brees, bro? I mean, God, it looks like Drew Brees boxing out here. What's going on? She only made 15 racks. I mean, that's her problem, not mine. You know what I mean? How much did her opponent make? You know, I'm just saying. You know, Haplotype in out. By the way, we're going to have an open forum, man. If you want to click that link later and give us your thoughts on Fury Wilder, you're more than welcome. No Paul, whoever. Okay, all you guys. AJ10. We never heard about AJ. AJ10 is a mystery, right? But he's a residential fact checker of the channel. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Vada says Haplotype. Well, they caught her ass, that's for sure. Reggie, any final thoughts before we move on from Alejandra Jimenez?
Nah, that's all I got on her, man. Waiting for you, Texas Commission. Waiting for you.
He's waiting for you guys, okay? Well, that's that. All right. Now, Top Rank has been around since the 70s, bro. Okay? And they're still around. Like, anybody can say what they want about Top Rank, but they've been around for a while, Reggie. There is rumors out there, okay, that supposedly these dudes are going to sell, right? What have you found out about that?
Yeah, I read in that article that there's some discussion of three huge pocket companies discussing with Bob Arum about the potential purchase and sale of Top Rank. Top Rank is a historic company. It's in a steady rising sport, and a lot of people these guys are looking to get into this combat side of the sport, which is boxing. So they're coming to Bob Arum with some offers, and these people have deep pockets. I think the one thing that's opens Bob Arum's eye is about what the UFC was able to sell for, and that was for about $4.2 billion, and what was being projected by, I guess, some analysts who are coming up with it, that this purchase of Top Rank may exceed what the UFC sold for, and it's based on some of the properties that will come along with the purchase of Top Rank, and that being some of the big name fighters they have, as well as other new up and coming fighters that they can turn into stars. Once you develop a star in this sport, sky's is the limit as long as you're doing right with them. Because what Floyd made with the Pacquiao, best believe there is some other potential for another big name fighter and a company to generate that kind of money. So boxing is huge for those who know how to play it right. The catalog of stuff owned by Top Rank, they have a vault of classic films that can be re-released. Who knows what they can do with this stuff, but that's a value. It's almost like holding on a Beatles album or a Michael Jackson catalog album. So there's huge value in them obtaining that. Some of the buildings that Top Rank owns, and also Top Rank being a debt-free company. So it ain't like you got to pay off any of the debts that they owe to anyone. So you walk into a company where you can kind of really go about innovating or changing things the way you like. But one of the people who have approached them about purchasing this company is DAZN, which is kind of odd. So it's almost opened my eyes to what does DAZN want to shift away from this app? Does DAZN want to just focus strictly on running a boxing operation and allowing ESPN to handle kind of the broadcasting side of things? So that's also the partnership. How long does the ESPN deal and Top Rank deal run together? Because I can't see DAZN and them doing that. Or maybe Disney decides to, maybe DAZN can have Disney to absorb a portion of its company as well as going into this. So there's many factors in this to where the zone can finally shift itself away from this app thing because it's definitely not working, and they can start partnering with more innovative people to drive that company forward. So I think it's a good thing, especially with Bob Arum's age, the way this game has kind of shifted on him. The competition is a little bit more stiff. He's not really finding where he speaks about the American market being such a hard market. So that already shows where there's a little bit of defeat setting in on Bob Arum. He has big name fighters, but he can't gain any attraction with them in America. His thing is speaking about, he did an article a while ago about how more attractive these foreign markets are. But now he's having some issue over in China with this coronavirus to where he can't even step into that market anymore. That thing is, who knows how long it takes before they can go about fixing that, because I think Hong Kong and somewhere else were attractive markets over there for him. And also, he tried to take he didn't try to take his big name fight over, but he was willing to go over there with Better Viev, but Better Viev taking a stance against what the Chinese government is doing to a Muslim sect over there. He wasn't going with it, so it's creating all kind of sorts of issues and problems for Bob Arum. And Bob Arum time is short on this planet. So what best thing to do if he comes in a situation where someone's willing to pay billions of dollars? That'll set his family for life. It'll probably be more money than what Top Rank has collectively pulled in over 50 years. Probably way more money than all the money accumulated that they have earned. So it's a big thing for him. And I think if the money is up there, I think he's going to go ahead and sell it. But what does it do for fighters like Terrence Crawford and them? So, but yeah, that's all I have with that.
That is very interesting. I will say the one thing I can say about Top Rank is that till this day, while I do agree that maybe Bob Arum's way of thinking is a little outdated in terms of big fights and stuff like that, there's still the best farm system in terms of finding talent, grooming them, matchmaking and stuff like that. But I've said this for the last 10 years. Like, once your name, Top Rank doesn't really benefit you anymore. It's time to move on. Some guys haven't listened, whatever, you know what I mean? I can't tell them what to do. Crawford made his decision. He made his bed. He's sleeping on it. You know what I mean? Lomachenko's still, there, but at the end of the day, they're still a profitable company, and that might be what's intriguing to whoever wants to buy it. However, dude, I think it would be cheaper to just start your own promotional company and buy out the fighters from Top Rank. They'll probably be cheaper, bro. Okay. Than just flat out just buying I don't think the Top Rank brand name means anything. Really. It's the people and the matchmakers that have been running it. You know what I mean? So, if you just buy Top Rank and give it to someone else, I don't know if they're going to be doing the same thing. Shout out to Haplotype, Todd, the Buff, and AJ10 fact checked as well. He's a son-in-law, and he's the one really running things right now. I thought maybe he would inherit it, but I'll tell you what. I don't care how much Bob Arum loves, Top Rank and all that. If they're offering him billions, yeah, he's going to take it. Why wouldn't he? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't he take that money? You know what I mean? That's your family, and 6-7 generations ahead are already set, bro. You know what I mean? And you can start other business ventures and stuff like that. I'm just saying. I'm trying to score one for the road, says No Paul. Haplotype says, why is this not pulling up? Okay, the chats aren't pulling up for some reason, but Shelly Saltman, there it is, started Top Rank, and Arum snaked him. That is true. You guys should look up that story. It is, it's something. German King PBC needs to buy out Crawford's contract. If it makes sense to them, you know what I mean? It's got to make monetary sense, right? No Paul says Bob should be like, I love you like a son, bud, but I promise you something big for your sacrifice. Here you go, mijo. Right? Man, he's the president of Top Rank, says AJ10. That's Todd Buff. And Curtis Anderson, Kurt Sugar on here. He says, D-Cell, salute. What's going on? You guys are tuning in to Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens, February 20th edition. You know, today is 2/20/2020. Interesting date. But you have any final thoughts on this whole sale situation?
Nah, I think if these companies are serious, I think Bob's going to do it, man. It's the smarter move, man, because it's becoming very difficult for these guys to plant themselves to gain shares of this industry. And at any time, no company is safe in America. Companies fail all the time, regardless if you've been here for 50 or 100 years. You see massive companies have to fold and stuff, and that's just part of capitalism, like the competitive nature of capitalism. So if Bob can secure this kind of money for his family because he can't spend the shit, he probably got, I don't want to put a time limit, but he's running short based on he's almost 90. So him to secure this type of, he already has generational wealth, but to add more sums onto it, he creates dynasty type wealth for this family, and they can go into some other type of industry. It's as lucrative as boxing is. Boxing is hard as well. We see it with Eddie Hearn, the type promotions he's putting on. It becomes hard, and it becomes hard trying to work with these fighters, ensuring that these fighters don't mess up events that you put on. It takes a lot of stress. So his family can really kick back, be secure for a while, and maybe start, come back into the game under a new umbrella. But all in all, or maybe this new company keeps Todd the Buff around the same way that the company who brought the UFC, Dana White, stayed around. So that's a possibility there, because even though these companies are coming in here, they may not be the experts, so they got to consult with somebody. So they'll win in two ways if it goes down that way. But yeah, I think if the money is real and they're going to put some billions on top of it, bye-bye. I'll sell if I was him.
Well, which brings me, speaking of Aram, and by the way, I agree with you. Why would he'll be a dumbass? He's stupid if he doesn't sell it. I'm just telling you that right now. You sell that shit, okay? But look. Speaking of Bob Arum, right? But Bob Arum, bro, has been going out, Reggie, and they asked him, right? I forgot who asked him. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm trying to remember, but hey, Bob, you think the winner, Fury Wilder, is going to fight AJ next, right? Bob Arum says, none of these guys are going to fight AJ. They're going to fight Pulev. He's going to knock Joshua out. He's not a real champion, right? He's talking about how this dude's weak. Okay. Man, Bob Arum's going hard, bro. Bob Arum is going hard on AJ, bro. Okay. People think YouTubers, like boxing channels, they think I'm hard on AJ. They think Reggie's hard on AJ. Dude, Bob Arum's saying this dude's weak, bro. He's saying AJ's not an elite fighter. He lost to a fat Andy Ruiz. Pulev's going to knock him out. Well, first off, do you agree that Pulev can knock him out? And second, what are your thoughts on Arum? Just, saying these things about this. He is going in on AJ, bro.
I think he can, man. At this division, I think anybody can knock someone out, and it don't take the most force to put AJ on his pocket. So Pulev, if AJ make a mistake, Pulev can definitely end the night.
Pulev it.
He can definitely, man. But Bob Arum's just speaking like a promoter. He don't like Eddie Hearn. He don't like nothing that comes out of Matchroom. So his thing, and also looking at what AJ ended up doing for a fighter that he thought was trash and making Andrew Ruiz a star when Bob Arum dumped the dude in the garbage and the guys shine. So Bob Arum doesn't like that type of stuff when someone who leaves him has a level of success. So that's another thing that pits Bob Arum where he doesn't, he views AJ as just a trash fighter. and he views Pulev as being better than Andy Ruiz. So he definitely think Pulev is going to go in there and knock AJ out. But I disagree with what Bob Arum thinks is going to happen in that fight. I think AJ can scrap. Even though I don't like AJ because of his heart, the heart he displayed, the kid can fight. I take nothing away from him.
Well, I mean, what do you think about what he's saying about like Joshua's mental aspect and how he's weak up here, and he thinks he's a weak champion, bro. Like he thinks he's calling him like a C-level fighter. He's going in, bro. He's going in on Joshua. Like, why is he singling out Joshua that way, bro? What's going on?
Because of what happened, man. He let Andy Ruiz come on the scene. He let Andy Ruiz come on the scene and become a Fashion Nova superstar, and Bob Arum hates that, but. I think AJ, to an extent, AJ is weak-minded for one fighter. These other fighters ain't Wilder, who puts fear in his heart. But everyone else out here, I think AJ may come with nerves, but I think once the fight goes about, he can start to settle down. Pulev ain't that much of a pressure fighter. AJ can move around, start to have his nerves calm down if he is scared, and he's gonna beat the brakes off of Pulev. Pulev is too flat to compete. And then AJ can go into this style of boxing he used against Ruiz and just stay on the outside boxing. And that, to me, it's intelligent. But I know Bob Arum's thing is coming from he don't got a heavyweight champion. And that's the thing that pisses him off is that Ruiz, being his only heavyweight at the time, failed him. Came up short. Bob Arum turned his back on him, and then the guy becomes a heavyweight champion. Every promoter wants a heavyweight champion, so that has brought disgust to Bob Arum, and it was all brought on by AJ going in there being weak and cowardice in his mind and losing that fight, and even fighting in this kind of style that people stated was a cowardice style. But shit, that's the style AJ had to use against a dude with quicker hands than him. He had to use that, but. Bob Arum is funny. It's crazy to hear a guy at his age talking like that, but I love it.
Absolutely. Look, man. All right. Drum King says it was on Blue Blood's channel. All right, gotcha. Puller's not going to beat him, but that doesn't mean he can't pull it off. Jerome King follows up. Habrotaz says anyone who can punch has a chance against AJ. But man, dude, you know how many times people don't talk about this a lot, Reggie, but AJ gets stunned or he's in some type of trouble at some point of the fight in almost every fight. I mean, seriously, there is a mental or some type of collapse. Like he's almost incapable of being focused for an entire fight, bro. Right? In the Takam fight, Takam was catching him with a couple right hands. Okay. Even Povetkin had him a little bit at times. We all know what happened in the Ruiz fight. Even in the rematch, bro, there was some rounds and like kind of later in the fight where Ruiz almost got to him at times. You know what I mean? So like almost every fight, this was in trouble. In the Vladimir Klitschko fight, he was dropped. He was almost finished in that fight. If Klitschko was 2-3 years younger, probably finishes him. All right. So there will be a point in the Pulev fight, I believe, where Pulev lands some, and we're just going to see how Joshua responds. It almost always happens. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think what you said about him always being in trouble in fight is definite a thing, but I think after suffering this defeat, I think he can kind of let go. Maybe it start calming himself down because it is what it is. He suffered defeat. I think some of that stress can be up off of him. He's a champion again. But one thing he is, I give AJ this credit. When you check out what he's doing on social media, this dude is focusing on this game. And I think he's really motivated. It's going to make this dude a better fighter. I can't play that favoritism shit. Even if I don't like him, respect is respect. And I like what I see out of AJ. Anytime you focus on that damn Instagram of his, it's boxing related. And he's giving you a glimpse of what he's doing in camp. He's maintaining that weight up off of him. He ain't bulking up how he used to be. So it shows he's putting in the work, maintaining the diet. and he looks to be set, and that can make him dangerous in the sport until he runs into a person that was sitting there and punched with him. But all these other guys, I think AJ dominates him. It's just where he matches up when he gets in there with either Deontay Wilder or if that kid out of the UK, Daniel Dubois, matches up with him.
Wow.
Dubois, that's where he finds his trouble at. But everybody else, AJ can scrap. I can't take nothing away from him as far as his ability. It's just his heart. It's just his heart, like you're saying.
Yeah, I got you, man. We're gonna see how it goes for that. Really quick. So 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. Okay, you guys can catch these style boxing live on Mondays. It is Aftermath. Okay, Tuesdays a Puncher's Chance. Wednesday Hispanics Cause and Panic with G Funk, and Tuesdays of course with Ashley Knuckles. And today Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens. All right, catch us every Thursday. Make sure you also subscribe to Boxing Conversation with Reggie Owens' channel as well. Next Monday, we're going to have Mr. Boxing Today at a special start time. We're going to be starting an hour earlier because that's when Mr. Boxing Today could come on. Right. So just keep it. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's going to be the aftermath of the Wilder Fury. We're going to be talking about that. We'll have an open forum for whoever wants to jump in. Start letting us know now so we kind of, have an idea when to start that. But let us know. We want to know what you think. Who's going to win, Fury or Wilder? Who you got is what me and Reggie want to know. If you think Fury's going to win, come on here. Let us know why. If you think Wilder's going to win, come on here. Let us know why. If you think Fury's going to knock out Wilder in the first round, I need to hear this shit. Come on. Let us know. Okay. Look, Reggie, bro, I just found out that, that I'm really, really hard on Canelo, bro. I'm like, this style is too hard on Saul Canelo Alvarez. I need to have more positive segments about him. Like, come on and talk about how great in shape he is and how great he is at riding horseback, the whole night. I got to come on and just talk positive about him. But anyway, the dude made headlines kind of, talking about how these dudes got to respect my A side, he said. Respect the A side. What are your thoughts, Rich?
I think his A side has started to expire is what happens, because now they didn't play to where they try to dominate this game, creating this sweepstakes type deal as far as fighting Canelo. But these other guys ain't playing into it. You done paid other guys money that they weren't deserving of. So now you got to kick out this money, or otherwise they don't want to fight you. And they can go about other routes. Maybe they face each other and doing things. But I think it's a good move with these other fighters and their management teams turning this down, because it starts to break down a lot of the barriers and balance of power that Canelo had over the game for so long. So now that this balance of power is starting to shake loose, they got to start coming to the table being a little bit more fair, a little bit less on the heavy side. They got to drop down a little bit and start respecting the other side. The B side needs some respect as well, and that's what they're coming in to get, because some of these other guys, especially if you're a guy who's poses a risk, you're of great quality, you bring in attraction, you understand what you bring to the table, because Canelo can't just do it by itself. You need something, and I love that they're doing this, because one of the things that's so bugged out with the sport is this A side, B side thing, but it's always been a play. But it's when some people take this A side thing and they abuse it, and they think they have control over it, because Canelo should feel that way, because so many people have praised him as being that. Sanctioning bodies, bending rules. You don't want to fight somebody. You give him special distinctions and this and that. But some sanctioning bodies should start to say, hey, F this dude, give us his belt back. And now the fighters are starting to say, F fighting you, I'm going to go move on to a new route. And now they know he's in this desperate spot to where he needs opponents, because he don't want to fight them guys at 175. He needs this 160, 68 division, because 175 too dangerous. And now they kind of, these 165 guys, they have Canelo by the nuts. And maybe they're the A side when you really look at it. But yeah, that's all I got. But to respect his A side, and that shit is expired.
Well, like, here's my thing. All right. It's just like an onion, bro. It has to be peeled off in layers, you know. And I think, like, here's the thing: Saul Canelo Alvarez is a big name in boxing, so of course a lot of people are going to talk about him, right? Because even if you don't personally care about Canelo when he fights, a lot of people watch it. You know what I mean? Like that's just, and I don't care what anybody. All y'all watch Canelo fight. Okay, I just know you do. Okay, even if you say you don't, you know you do. You know what I mean? But you don't like. You're getting the lion's share of the money. Like you're getting paid. Like no one has to bow down to you and do whatever you say, right? Like it's like the money thing is not even the question. Everyone knows you're gonna get the lion's share of that money. Okay. But he's kind of like, you gotta fight me at the terms that I say because I'm me and that's it. And like it obviously isn't working out, right? If that was the case, these guys would have already signed up to fight you. If that was true, they don't have to respect anything. Like when you're in the ring with them, they don't have to respect you. They want to hurt you in the ring. And oh well, you're the A side. I don't want to hurt you. No, they're gonna try and knock your head off, bruh. Right? This is boxing. But like Reggie says, you got to respect the quote unquote B side too. But man, boxing fans, we're tired of this. This is getting exhausting. All right? This was an issue before Canelo. It's not just about Canelo. All right? All this diva shit, okay, is getting out of hand. Right? You're getting your guaranteed money from the zone. The zone is paying you your money. Just take your damn money and you know what I mean? And if we want to demand fights, we could demand fights because we're boxing fans, right? And that's it. Period. It's not that big of a deal. But a lot of Canelo fans want me to go against everything I've stood for since I've been on this shit. These times been preaching against catch weights since before any of you even knew who Canelo was. All right? Before any one of you even knew who he was, I was preaching against that. I was preaching against rehydration clauses before Canelo won his first strap, before Canelo had a rehydration clause against anyone. So how hypocritical would I look if all of a sudden, you know what these people would notice? Man, these fellas been talking about how he hates catch weights, but now that Canelo's doing it, look, these fellas doing videos defending it. No, right? Not enough people have standards. What is the standard that you have? Hold on to that standard, and whether it's a fighter you like or don't like, hold them to that standard. I do that with every fucking fighter. I have the receipts. I have the proof. I have the consistency over the years. I can prove that to you. And respect is not bought in this community. I can tell you that right now. If you want, you got to be consistent across the board. People will easily notice your hypocrisies. Because there's a thing called receipts. There's a thing called, people know what you've been saying. I'm not going to just change my standards for Canelo. And you Canelo fans that come at me and you can make it about supporting the Mexican fighter. I supported many Mexican fighters. I didn't see any of you guys around when I was talking about Jose Ramirez and how he's going to beat Hooker in their fight. A lot of you didn't even know who the fuck Jose Ramirez was. All right? Obviously. All right? There wasn't that many of you in the crowd. You could talk to me all day, but I've had the same standard time after time. The one time, okay, I looked the other way. There was one time was when I knew Juan Manuel Marquez had some shit. Okay? I knew he did. But so did the other guy. All right? And for years I was told, no, he's not taking anything. We don't need to do random testing. Blah, 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 blah. So Marquez said, okay. He showed up with his shit. And the other side cried. But that's a different story. Right? That's the one time I looked away. But that was fire with fire. That one doesn't even count. Right? If you're against guys testing positive, then you got to be against it no matter who tests positive. What type of a hypocrite would I be if I'm calling out all types of fighters for testing positive? But then when Canelo tests positive, I got to look the other way. No, the WBC did it. Like, what? No, Canelo was framed. He was framed to do it. Canelo was, no, we got to support Canelo, no matter what. You guys think Canelo gives a fuck about you like that? You're crazy, all right? You are crazy. And just to go back to one thing, when Canelo first won the title, okay, it was bullshit, guys. If you can't call it for what it is, I don't know what to tell you. The dude asked for a catch weight for his first title fight. 150 pounds. Did he fight any of the top 5 guys? No. Top 10 guy? No. Top 15? No. They got Haddon. Not even Ricky Haddon. Matthew Haddon. They dragged that dude from welterweight so he could fight him. Now, this is when it all started. Oh, come on, man. Don't go at Canelo like that. It's unfair. What if someone else said that? Yes, I would say the same thing as somebody else said that. Yes, I would. Okay. If someone else, I don't care who it is, okay, got a title shot against a dude who was not ranked, was not even in the same weight class, had a catch weight, Canelo didn't even make the weight. He didn't even make the weight. And he got to fight for the title anyway and beat Haddon for the title. Yes, if a fighter other than Canelo did that, I would criticize them. I have a track record of criticizing bullshit. I don't give a fuck who does it. I don't hide from the truth. Now, that's just one example. All right? The franchise belt is bullshit. If you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. No, I'm going to support the franchise championship because, I don't want to hate on Canelo because look at all the hate Canelo gets. Criticism is not hate. Okay? I've said this over and over again. I want Canelo to do great things. I want him to do great things. Can Canelo please make it easier for me to defend him against real haters? People that really don't want to give him any credit for anything. Can he make it easier, please? Because I'm not going to defend the indefensible. I'm not going to do it. All right? That's not what I do. I'm not going to be the trial lawyer for the dude that was caught on tape shooting the other dude in the head. Okay? I'm not going to go to court and say, nah, he didn't do it. What do you mean? It's on tape. No, wasn't me. But we caught it on camera. Wasn't me. Right? No, that's not going to be me. But Reggie, before we move on, any final thoughts on this Canelo thing?
No, man, I agree 1,000,000,000% with you. And it's all, even on for Canelo fans to have to stop defending this, to start owning up to the truth, because you create this dynamic to where boxing and fighters begin to play you. You become nothing but their defensive pawns, to where they'll use you and continue to play with you and giving off low quality type shit. This game is about legacy. It ain't about your fighter being undefeated, just enjoying victories and easy bouts. Yeah, you want them to stay undefeated, but you want to make sure they're doing this undefeated streak against the best opposition that you know is out there, not creating the excuse of, well, who is this person fought? Who is this person? They're not popular. F all that. You're a real fan. You want your fighter against everything out there, and especially if they're a champion. Champions shouldn't be ducking anybody. If a bum calling you out, you fight that bum. I don't even like saying that word, but if a low tier fighter is calling you out, you fight that guy. If it's a high caliber dude, regardless of his name or his resume, you take them out. You're a champion. That's what it's about. That's what legacy is all about. But a lot of you cats are just playing mama to some of these damn fighters and wanting to see them victorious in every. I mean, not victorious. Of course, you want them victorious, but wanting to see them dominate every opponent they go in there who shouldn't be in the ring with them. True fans want to see their fighter fight everyone out there, and you know who the real risk and the real threats are out there. And if you believe in a fighter, you say, my guy, take this guy out, regardless. No stipulations, none of these funny rules, catch weights, rehydration crap going on. And the sanctioned bodies or whoever controls that shouldn't allow no fighter to have that kind of control. And that's the problem. There's too much control that particular fighters have going in the matches. Rules and regulations should be standardized and they should be strict to where a fighter can't give no input regardless of what kind of money he's making. But fans got to be real fans. Some folks ain't fans to the sport. Some of these fans is being bent over by these fighters, and that's all what it is, man. But stop being defensive for fighters who don't do true things for this game. But that's all I got.
Absolutely, man. Make sure you guys throw a jab at the like button. Make sure that like button does for blue, whether you're listening right now live or on archive. Archive needs to step it up, okay? That I will say, y'all need to step the hell up. I'm just saying, okay? You need to step it up, step it up, step it up. Let's get to 40 likes ASAP. Last time I checked, we're at 29. I know we could do it, okay? Let's get there. Jerome King and Floyd destroying him at the weight Canelo requested. Yeah, but a lot of Canelo fans will argue that it was a catch weight and all that. Look, I agreed. If Floyd wanted to fight him for a 154 fight, it should have been a 154. However, okay, you Canelo fans can't complain about that when he's doing the same thing to other fighters. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he's doing, just in a different way. Whether it's rehydration clauses and all this other nonsense. Like, I am just saying, bro, okay? AJ10 says they never really sent a legitimate offer. They never sent an actual offer. It's a secondary guy of theirs who raced out, and that was it. So there was never even an offer that was sent to us. So who was that? Canelo? Oh, Caleb Plant. Okay. Canelo never sent an offer. Interesting. Chicano Prophet says, I like when Canelo has easy fights. It makes it easier for me to focus on my barbecue the day of the fight. Well, man, you ain't gonna enjoy it live, bro, if you don't take chances, bro. Okay? Like, what makes boxing fun is that adrenaline rush, that nervous energy you get, when the bell rings and you feel those butterflies in your stomach and it's on. You know what I mean? Your heart's fucking pumping, and that's what makes boxing great. I have no idea why you guys don't want it. A lot of you guys fear that feeling. I'm not saying Chicano does. I know he's joking, but a lot of you fear that feeling. It reminds you of people that Reggie that don't like confrontation. You know what I mean? And it's like they'll rather their fighters, never test themselves. They just want to enjoy their fighters. Just have easy opposition, and because it makes them feel good. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. That's their high. It's just like it's easy to go to the store and buy a Snicker bar and all that and eat it. Oh, it makes me feel good. Andy Ruiz, okay, but I want that feeling. I like to feel that nervous energy. All right, I love telling people put all the fucking. I've been doing this shit forever. I'm not always right. I got a good batting average. Like, I already know. Like, if I give you a bold prediction, okay, and I'm wrong, I already know how it is. People are going to come out, do videos, and, D-Style don't know shit about boxing. He got that fight wrong. If you really know what you're talking about, you would have known this and that. Okay, but that's what makes it fun. Speaking of fun, and speaking of that feeling,
But hey, one more thing with the Canelo thing before we move
Go
on.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Even took like that argument with Canelo doing this. When you go back down memory lane as years pass on, you probably not gonna even look back on Canelo's career because of what he's done. Out of what is he at 40, 40 fights, close to 50, there's only 3 fights of significance in his whole career, and only 2 of the fights worth talking about. Everything else has asterisks upon it, and this is the problem when you defend fighters and allow them to play the game this way. Canelo has not built a legacy. When you look at other fighters who are out there, the Oscars, the Floyds, multiple of these guys, they have been in there with the best and giving you memorable events. Canelo does not have that shit. Out of 40,
Well, in fairness, I mean he's only like 29 years old. Like, but in his defense,
still,
but I kind of disagree with that. He does have easily top 2, if not the best resume right now in boxing of the active fighters.
well,
Like,
yeah, because he's been in there against the Floyds, Triple G. But other than that,
wait, hold on.
Mm.
I always attack Canelo. Never mind. No. Canelo has the shit. Okay, like he has the shit. Okay, D-Style never defends. He never says anything good about Canelo ever. Okay, but in all seriousness, I mean, I stand by what I say. But yes, I do agree though that there is a lot of questions. You know what I mean? And boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. You know, whether people like it or not. Okay, I think Canelo started good. He made a lot of, you know, he did do the Lara fight. At the time, the Trout fight was a pretty big fight. He did fight Floyd in a losing effort, but, you know, he still fought him. You know, the Triple G fights, he did kind of stall out Triple G a little bit. But yes, there is like those kind of like, there's always something you could say. And Canelo kind of brought it upon himself. You know what I mean? You know, so like if he never stalled out Triple G, nobody would bring that up. You know what I mean? If he didn't have catch weights for like Fight X and Fight Z, we wouldn't bring it up. You know, and I think that's what I believe anyway. A lot of Canelo fans don't understand. You know, there's no reason for him to have any asterisks. He doesn't have to do these things. He doesn't have to give guys a short notice. He could have won a lot of these fights. But you lose the right to say I would have won anyway when you ask for these things. I'm just saying. But, you know. But I want to get to the fight on Saturday. Reggie, speaking of that feeling, right before that bell, this is one of those fights. And it's the rematch. Deontay Wilder versus Fury 2. Give us the official Reggie Owens prediction.
I still want to settle in on that 5th-round knockout, not going past 5. I think he may get it done earlier, depending on what Tyson Fury. I think even a moving Tyson Fury ain't gonna be able to get away from Wilder. I just don't think Fury's not the same guy, man. I think he done lost a step. He done lost some reaction time as far as his reflexes. It may end up sooner than 5, and it just depends on how Wilder go out there. Wilder can go out there and rush him, get in his Bermain Stavern type mindset, and just bring it to Tyson Fury. But something's definitely not right with Tyson Fury. I think something's going on. A lot of nervous energy. The way he reacted to some of the stuff that Wilder said to him, it triggers something in him because even what's coming out of here, they're stating that this wasn't the best of training camp that he went into, and there had to be some other physical things that didn't come up because nobody in his team looks right, and it just doesn't make sense that you go in here with this trainer and this trainer's talking about creating you into a knockout artist. I ain't even heard of Sugar Hill till this shit come about, and I ain't never heard of any of the fighters that I know Sugar Hill to train to be known for knocking people out. So now you're going to turn this into a guy who has boxed his whole career, been praised and highlighted for his boxing ability, his ability to get around the ring, and now you're gonna reinvent the wheel in one fight, in a very dangerous fight.
No.
And effed up big time. And now on top of that, with what I seen that press conference, Wilder has a psychological edge on him, and he can get in that ring, talk big ish to Tyson Fury, get him up out of his game plan, make him do something wrong because he's fighting over emotions, and that'll end the fight. But Wilder also still has to fight a safe fight because these are some big ass dudes, and you don't want to get caught with anything. But I've seen Wilder take Fury's best shot, so I don't think there'll be a concern there. He can possibly take risks. Wilder can take more of a risk than what Fury can take. Fury, on top of having this eye injury, Wilder's definitely probably going to open that shit up. And now, what worries do Fury have? And I've seen something is wrong because I see a little mark on Fury's lip, look like his lip got busted. Don't know if he had tried to do some old last minute sparring and got caught with something, hiding the eye, wearing a hoodie. Is there some marking on the head or something? So who knows what's going on with this dude? But I think like people been putting out because Eddie Herndon stated that he got wind and rumor of some bad things happening in training camp and them having a reaction. Whether Eddie said a lot of things, they could have blew it off, but they had this quick response to what was said, like an angry response to it. So Wilder's gonna get him up out of here, especially now that Wilder's up in this dude's head, and then ate him alive on that stage yesterday. And I think he's gonna continue it in the ring. Now you banning these dudes from doing a face-off. Bob Arum was afraid of how embarrassed Fury looked yesterday when they stood in front of it, and Wilder showed him, you may weigh all this weight, but I'll still weight room you. Well, Wilder grabbed him up on his armpits,
Push him, yeah.
lightly upward pushed him, and you hear Fury make some oof. And so I'm wondering, like, where's his damn that where he made that oof sound? Like, is it a rib injury? Like, what the hell's going on? So who knows? Something ain't right though. But I think Wilder got him.
Yeah. I did put the link in the chat for everyone to jump in and give their prediction. Let us know you want to jump on. Just click at the link. That's it. Just like that. All right. His father created a knockout artist. Oh, wow. Okay, Jerome King. Check it out, man. We got Brooklyn Shell Boxing. Jumped on here right away. What's going on, Brooklyn Shell?
Man, what's going on, Reggie? What's going on, D-Stop, man? How y'all doing, man?
I'm doing solid. Doing good.
Oh, man, dude. I can't wait for this fight, man. First off, I'm going to say this, man. Everybody in the chat, man, make sure y'all order this fight. You know what I'm saying? Don't pirate this event. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, listen, order this fight, bro. You know what I mean? You don't want to take a chance of getting bad streams and all this other shit, man. You want to see a decapitation clearly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I got as far as this fight goes, man, I got Wilder knocking his full out, bro. He's going to sleep. I remember, hey, I remember a couple weeks ago, man. You bought. I think I seen you with the pillow for Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
All right, so I just went to Target, man. I got the bed sheet as well, man. I got the bed sheet. So when Wilder gets knocked, when Fury gets knocked out, you gonna give him the pillow, man. I'm gonna put the bed sheet over his 6'9" body, man. He's going to sleep.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Yeah, man. That's how I see it.
Well, what round, like, or ballpark, like around what,
Oh, around I'm saying, I'm thinking like 4th round. I think it's gonna be an early fight, honestly, because I feel like when you watch the first fight, there was a lot of moments where Deontay Wilder could capitalize. I think he acknowledges that, you know what I'm saying, and I think he's gonna capitalize off the mistakes that Tyson Fury makes, because there's this perception that Tyson Fury is just some immaculate boxer or some bullshit like that, and I don't think that's the case. I think he makes mistakes just like any other fighter. He's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. You know what I'm saying? And also too, let's just say it goes past 4 rounds. Can Deontay Wilder win a decision? Absolutely. Absolutely, he can win a decision. Deontay Wilder is not just some guy with a right hand. That's it, dude. Like, he's an excellent boxer himself. The problem is a lot of people who watch the sport, especially who watch Deontay Wilder, they just so focused on the right hand is that you just forget everything else that he's doing, and I think that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So Tyson Fury, but regardless to it, man, he's going to sleep.
Well, what are your thoughts on the Nevada State Athletic Commission banning the face-off at the weigh-in?
Oh yeah, man. I thought that's some whole stuff, man. Like, come on, bro. It's like that's part of the fight, man. You want to, you weigh in and then you get in each other's face. That adds more to the event. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man. I'm not trying. I feel like I don't know, man. Like I have some thoughts on that, man. But I'm not. I don't like the fact that they did that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like what, you don't want to see Deontay Wilder get in his back, get in his zone or something like that. Like, when you're afraid of something, like nothing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder. When have we seen Deontay Wilder, do give somebody a Riddick Bowe treatment? You know what I mean? Like what he did to what's that dude? I think Donald something. What's that dude? He hit with a 2-piece back in the day.
The guy with the flat top, yeah.
Yeah, man. He Deontay Wilder's not finna do no stupid stuff like that, like Riddick Bowe or something like that, bro. Like he's gonna he after the weigh-in, he's gonna be in his face talking in the night of the fight, he's gonna lay him out, bro. That's how it's gonna go.
I know what I can't remember the guy's name. We need a fact check. Donald Larry, is that who it was?
Larry Donald, I think his name was.
Larry Donald.
Yeah. Larry Donald, I believe. Yeah, man. So yeah, I ain't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like what's the explanation for that? Well, why are they doing this? It's like I can't really recall a fight of this magnitude, and then these people want to come out of nowhere talking about, oh, we not gonna allow a face off, or we're not gonna allow any face-to-face confrontation, like a face-to-face. Like, come on, bro. Why are they doing this? That's bullshit to me. I don't like it.
It was 1994 in Las Vegas as AJ10.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody gonna mess up the bread, man. Come on, bro.
These dudes are not gonna miss this payday, bro.
Come on, man. Like what they afraid of, man?
They could come up with something though. Like I seen like promotions where they put like the glass in the middle. That shit.
I mean, if anything, just put extra security. If anything,
dude, that would make it look more intense with a bunch of security around and all that shit.
I think part of the reason why they did that is they didn't like some of the stuff that Wilder was saying to Fury. You know what I'm saying? Because Deontay Wilder was going in on Big Mama. You know what I mean? He was going in on him. You know what I'm saying? He was going in on Big Mama. You know what I mean? Talking about he was all types of drugs and all the type of shit, man. They ain't like that stuff, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
for those,
I don't know, man.
You guys don't have to set anything up. I know you're like, I forgot who to ask me. Like, I gotta set up the app, or like, guys, there's nothing you have to set up with StreamYard. Just click on the link. That's it, right? But just so you guys know, everyone wants to jump on. What's up, 404 Boxing? Jerome, the King. What's going on, Big Dog? I think Fury is going to quit on the stool. I don't think he's gonna get that chance, bro. I don't think he's gonna like.
Man,
what do you think about that?
Yeah, I ain't think about that, man. That would be some crazy ish right there, bro. Woo. I don't know about. Woo, man.
Because if you're, I can't.
Man, I'll come on my video. I'll call Tyson Fury all types of bitch ass dude, man. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't see that happening. All I see is just Deontay Wilder knocking his fool out, bro. He's gonna end this shit, bro. End the madness, man.
We could say we won about Fury, but I don't think he's gonna quit. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think he's gonna quit.
I don't think he's not gonna have a chance to quit anyway. Like, you know what I mean? But
next thing you know, somebody's gonna leave a super chat saying, "Oh, Tyson Fury's gonna cry like Oliver McCall."
Dude, if that were to happen, bro,
I'm not surprised, man. This guy's something wrong with this guy, man.
Fury starts crying like Oliver McCall against Lennox Lewis, the rematch. Those that don't know, the dude was crying. I never in my life even witnessed something like that. Okay, and I would have to tune into Best Fight the Best video for that. Okay,
yeah, I'll be there front row. I'll be there front row to witness that massacre, bro.
Best Fight the Best will come out with an umbrella, bro, like the tears. You know what I mean?
The tears. But
so good. You got any final words, bro?
I mean, my final words, man. I'm looking forward to the fight, man. Like I said, man, I think anybody who hasn't ordered, I already, me personally, I already ordered my pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Order this fight. You know what I mean? Don't try to like pirate this event or whatever. This event, like if you supported, all these other guys like Pacquiao and Mayweather and all these clowns or whatever, there's no reason why you can't support this event. So order the event, man, and watch Tyson Fury get sparked out. That's all. That's all I gotta say. Salute to y'all, man.
I say thank you for coming on Brooklyn Child Boxing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute to the chat as well.
Definitely. All right, guys, that's Brooklyn Child. We got Haplotype on here. What's going on, Haplotype?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
Loud
yeah. Clear. Salute.
All right. Thanks for having me on. Salute to you guys.
Sure.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this fight. Like, probably more so than maybe any other fight in, I don't know, the last 10 years or so. I think it's going to be great. Everyone's going to have a great night. Hopefully everyone stays safe. My prediction for it is that Wilder will win by knockout. I put up a video today. It was kind of not that great of a video, but because I recorded a longer one and then it didn't work and then I had to redo it. But, I just think that, in my opinion, okay, Fury did as well as he could possibly do in that first fight. Like, who can avoid that many bombs and feint and move like that for 12 rounds?
Atomic bombs.
Who can do that? Like, I wasn't expecting him to be able to do that for 12 rounds, and especially getting knocked down in the 12th and then getting up. And, like, some people are retarded enough to say that, Fury won the rest of that round. Give me a break, dude. Wilder came at him. He landed several shots right after he got up. Fury did a little bit of showboating at the very, very end. But he did not win the rest of that round. That was a 10-8 round for sure, if I've ever seen one. In my opinion, the problem is for Fury, what can he do? What can he do better than he did that time? I don't think anything. Meanwhile,
go for broke and try to go for the knockout. You think he's honest about that?
I think that's a recipe for disaster. Like, for him, like he's a huge guy, right? He's 6'8" or whatever, 6'9", 200 and whatever, 50, 60, 70 pounds. Like, to me, his power is undersized and Wilder's power is oversized. Like, Wilder's like basically, a 210-pound guy. Like, and he hits like, he weighed 300 pounds. So, in my opinion, there's not much more Fury can do different that will help him. At the same time, there's a ton of little tiny adjustments Wilder can make that will completely, ruin it for Fury. I mean, just one thing that you talk about a lot, D-Style, is gliding on your feet instead of either bouncing or taking big steps. Wilder has a habit of, when he's got a guy hurt, he'll take these huge steps and throw, wide punches. The wide punches aren't the problem. It's the huge steps that get him off balance, and all that. So if he looks at tapes of his own coach, Mark Breland, when he would get someone hurt, he would glide in and finish him. So just that alone, right there, one little thing would have changed the entire thing. We wouldn't even be talking about this right now. I also think he was loading up too much at the beginning of the fight. He should have done more like what George Foreman did against Moore and vary the power, let the guy think that he can take your right hand. Let the guy think that until later when he's more tired, and then throw it with full power. Sometimes punchers like Tyson and Wilder, they want to throw every punch like it's the last punch of their life, and it's just not good. Like, learning to vary your power is a mature thing. Like, it's something you get with maturity. Hopefully he's figured that out. And also jabbing, he's got this great stiff jab that I've seen in certain fights. Other fights he'll paw with it, but when he really throws a jab, I mean, it looks painful. I wouldn't want to get hit with that jab. And I think if he just starts off the fight jabbing with Tyson, making him think, being patient, not loading up with the right hand, gliding the feet, that's all it's going to take. It's over. That's my assessment.
I think if you look at the Ortiz fight, I think he did vary the right hand a little bit. And I think he gave Ortiz a little bit of a false sense of security, and that's what set up the knockout.
Right.
So I've seen some improvement, but I do agree with you with a lot of what you said, which is scary for the rest of the heavyweights, that Wilder's arguably the top heavyweight in the world, and he could still get better. Right?
Way better. I mean, with little tiny adjustments, nothing like where he needs to learn, it's not like Rocky 3 where he needs to learn, to fight like Muhammad Ali or anything. It's just like little slight adjustments.
Absolutely, man. We're going to see how that goes. I would like to see Wilder drop some bombs to the bodies. Is Andrew Charles. You have any final thoughts for us, Haplotype?
No, that was about it. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. And salute to you guys. And I'll be around. I got my video up. My prediction is Wilder by KO. And I hope everyone has a great fight night.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No problem.
All right, we got Jerome King on here. What's going on, Jerome King? Floor is yours.
What's up, Jerome? You might be on mute. Can you hear me?
We could hear you now, yes.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure. Oh, wait on, Jerome. There, Jay Dixon said it's crazy that he can make all those mistakes and it's still 97% chance he can knock the F out. That is crazy. Wilder is 34 years old. No, Paul, look at that. We got the fact checker to do the fact check. I don't know where Jerome King. Make sure click that link again, bro, and come back on, man. I'm not sure what happened there, but let me just repost the link. Anybody wants to come on, let me know. Let's get Jerome King back on here. The link is in the chat. What do you think about some of these thoughts so far, Reggie?
No, I agree with them. I most definitely. And that question about Fury sitting on the stool, woo, that will be devastating right there, man. You will see that arena erupt. They'll probably have a riot, especially all them UK cats that come out there. Tyson Fury will really go into a deep depression if Wilder beats him in a submission like that. That's worse than getting knocked out almost, man, to where another man just beats the fight up out of you, especially when you're supposed to be not supposed to be, but you are a warrior going in here, and it just shows, man, that's just like the ultimate way of defeating someone. I think that's greater than a knockout, making someone sit at the stool. That is, man, you got to feel like the king of warriors to do that to someone. Like,
well, let's get Jerome King back on here. What's going on, bro?
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's up to you, D-Style, and as well as Reggie. I mean, I've been following you, D-Style, since Beeb. I used to watch you guys do your predictions and everything, and you do various topics on fights. So that's how I found out about you, and then I started. And then with then I started hearing you more on Trill talking. I'm like, okay, I really gotta start listening to this guy. He's the truth.
Let's have you on for sure.
So I just want to say big up to you and your channel. I love what you do, and I love that you're not biased, like a lot of people are. And but on to my prediction. I think this is gonna be one of those fights where Wilder, he's not gonna load up so much for that right hand. He's gonna hide it a lot more, and he's gonna study Tyson Fury a little more. Like I think he's gonna take the approach he took in the Ortiz fight, but he's gonna throw that jab a little more. So he's gonna take his time. So I say between round 7 and 9, he gets them out. He gets them out of there. That's when he's gonna be able to throw that. He's gonna be able to throw that left hook to the body. And he's gonna be able to make him go to his right, and boom, he's gonna throw it out of nowhere. And he's not gonna see it. And he's gonna be laid out like he did in the first fight. So that's my prediction. And also I think, and also in the first fight they didn't do a face-to-face either, didn't they? They were like on opposite sides of the stage, weren't they?
No, I think they did do a face-off. I think they had to get in between it.
Yeah, like they were pushing each other. Wilder kind of gave him a big shove, and then they got in between it.
Yeah, because for the face-off for the weigh-in, they were on opposite sides of the stage, I think.
Okay.
And Tyson Fury was talking crazy from the other side of the stage, and he was
I apologize. I misunderstood. But you're right.
With his mask on, I was like, "Oh boy, I've never seen Wilder do that." But yeah, I felt they were going to do that again. They weren't going to let these guys do a face-off for the weigh-in, but that's a part of the tradition. That's a part of the culture of the fight. You gotta let these guys go face. You gotta let these guys get in each other's faces. That's what intensifies the fight for the fans. So, I don't understand that, but it is what it is. Either way, it's going to be a great fight, and I'm shooting for Wilder. That doesn't mean that Fury can't pull it off. I mean, that's why they're in this position, because he's a great fighter in his own right. But I think Wilder is going to be able to calculate him a lot better in this fight, and he's not going to swing for the fences each time he throws the right hand, or he's not going to swing for the fences each time he throws a punch, and he's going to be a little more calculated. But I think it's going to be about between 7 and 9. If he doesn't get him out of there sooner, it's going to be between 7 and 9.
If he doesn't get him out, and it goes to the scorecards, like how do you envision that? You think it'll favor Fury or Wilder?
It really depends on how Wilder approaches the fight. Like if he keeps his jab out there, and another thing I said too is, and then I was talking with a friend of mine about this. I was saying that if he jabbed to the body a little more, and if he jabbed to the body a little more, and then even if he did like a left hook to the body, I think he would score a lot more. He would bring Fury's hands down, and he could catch him upstairs. Even if he doesn't, knock him out, he could catch him upstairs and he could score, if he goes to the body more. So it really depends on Wilder's approach, more or less. And we know Fury, he's probably going to try to showboat, early in the fight. I don't believe anything he says about, putting pressure on him and, coming up on him and trying to get him out of there in 2 rounds. That's make believe. He doesn't fight that way. And we all know that Tyson Fury, even if he were to fight that sort of fight, he's going to get hurt early. I mean, we've seen him against what was that guy, Cunningham, I believe it was, that knocked him down before.
Yep.
So he tried that with him, and he got knocked down.
So what happened was he was boxing him. Cunningham knocked him down. He got up and he basically mauled Cunningham. You know what I mean? And that's how you won, but he's not going to be able to maul Wilder.
Exactly. That's what I thought, because I remember glimpses of that fight, but I can't exactly remember what happened. But I know he was trying to come in, and he was trying to come toward him, and he got caught with a clean shot. So I do remember that somewhat. I believe that's what happened, if I'm not mistaken. But Yeah, but if it does go to this cards, it's really going to depend on the strategy that Wilder implements. That's really what's going to matter. And it should help him this time around because he does have Kenny Bayless. So if he does knock him down, there's not going to be a guy trying to, for the spirit of boxing, trying to save the fight and count for 15 seconds. So that's not going to happen this time.
Walk
If
this
Kenny
way.
Bayless
Walk that
he's
way.
hurt,
Yeah.
right. Right. So if Kenny Bayless sees that he's hurt and he's not responding, he's going to call the fight, which I think should have happened the first time around. But hey, we are where we are right now, and I'm actually glad that it happened that way because it sparked interest not only for us diehard fans, but for the casuals. It sparked that interest for the casuals now, so that makes the fight even better now.
Man, I definitely agree, man. That's going to be some, man. Give us some final thoughts, man, before we let you go.
To everyone out there, purchase the fight because this will definitely be one to remember, whether it be a highlight reel knockout or it be a 12-round grudge match. This will definitely be candidate of fight of the year. So whatever you're doing, watch it. This is definitely going to be the one. And really, the first fight had round of the year in round 12. So this is definitely going to be candidate for fight of the year or knockout of the year. Either way.
Probably both.
Exactly.
Probably both. All right, man. We want to thank you for coming on, bro. We always have an open forum on Thursdays. You're more than welcome to come in.
Oh, absolutely. I'll definitely be back.
All right, man. Peace out.
All right. Peace.
There you go, guys. That was Jerome King stepping in. I'm not sure if anybody else is going to step in. Reggie, but what are your thoughts so far?
No, I agree with everybody, man. Everybody's calling for a knockout. So very little faith in Tyson Fury, man. And I wish the Vegas casinos. No, I don't. I hope they lose big time if they have big money going on Tyson Fury, which I think yesterday they may have shifted the odds on what they had going out there, man.
You think they shifted the? I don't know, man. It's always dictated by how a mix of what the bookies think is going to happen, how likely it is to happen in each scenario, how are people betting, how are the betting lines. There's a lot that goes into it. They have no interest in losing, but Wilder winning by knockout is definitely there. You know what I mean? It's definitely it's going to be fun. You know what I mean? Wilder fight's fun to bet, bro. Like pick around, just pick around. You know what I mean? And see if he knocks the dude out in that round. I'm just saying. You know, I'll be interested to know what are the odds for a first round knockout? Because if it's anything like 20-1, I'm going to bet, bro.
Yeah, I like to take that one too. But I even think Wilder can win the decision against Fury. I definitely. He was a busier puncher in that first fight. It was just he was being inaccurate, being a little bit too anxious of getting this guy out of there. He had a lot of emotions from what was, he had a lot of emotions from what was bothering him, especially with the media thing. Now the media doesn't have any effect on giving this foreigner so much, like what Black Fight Fan was pointing to this morning about privilege. But I think it was the media showing way more respect to this new guy, playing into this sob story about drug addiction and all that, and it bothered Wilder. On top of Radio Raheem with this coonish stuff that he came in there with, Wilder wanted to knock this dude head off and wasn't being a little bit more patient and planned in his attack, but he just went after this dude. He was busier as far as the puncher in every round, and where people talking about Tyson Fury was blowing away. Tyson Fury didn't even land no more than, I think he was landing consistently like 5 punches a round. If he had anything above that, it was probably 7 punches. So he just wasn't active enough. And he probably didn't throw no more than 12 punches. He threw about 100 feints, but he didn't throw no punches. So Wilder can go in there, be active, controlling the volume, but more straight line punches.
It's 4 a.m. in the UK. That's why they're not on. But this is, I got Wilder UD via thank you all, Heyman. Jump on, bro. Let's hear what you got to say. All right. Well, what? Just click on the link, bro. I want to hear. It's basically saying it's a win by robbery. You know what I mean? So jump on, click on the link. I'm just saying. I got knocked down, but I get up again. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Man, he ain't gonna be singing that song, bro. I'll tell you that right now. But Jerome King followed up here saying, "I love the fact that Wilder told the truth about Fury's previous state. That hit home with Fury. He was quiet, man. All right." So it doesn't look like anybody else going to jump in here. It doesn't look like any Fury fans want to jump on. But so it looks like we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But Reggie, give us any final thoughts and tell people why they need to press that like button.
Oh man, yeah, press that like button. Show us how you feel about the content you viewed. Help push these numbers. But just show a little appreciation on what you feel about what you heard. But most definitely, hit that like button. Subscribe and share as well.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely, man. Tell everybody where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, you can find me here on YouTube at Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Dropping a lot of content because boxing been exciting as hell. So always dropping a video and doing my fight play-by-plays, which I like doing. I like doing that commentary shit. Don't go live too much. Live is very hard. It's very hard to do live streams. So I salute you guys who consistently get on here and put together a show because it's very hard. So, but me doing the content videos is easy, very easy. As much as people think it may be hard, it's easy for me. I can whip up a video in a few damn minutes, but to put on a live stream, I got to plan it out, situate things, give my bullet point notes. So, yes, indeed. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed when to the channel and hit that like button when you watch a video. If you don't like it, hit the dislike shit.
Did anyone see how Aram said no face off at the end of the press conference? I actually haven't seen what Aram said. Have you seen that, Reggie?
Yeah. I was pointing that out. He was saying it because right when the guy was he gave the final call on what they was doing for the final, and you hear Bob Arum said, "No face off." Like his fighter was being embarrassed, man. So Bob Arum called the commission and told them not to allow that face off for tomorrow.
Right. Well, and tomorrow is the weigh-in. Stormy B-Man will be live tomorrow on Friday. I'm not sure I'm going to be on because I may have to be working some overtime. But for you guys that tune into D-Style from Monday to Friday, make sure you tune into Stormy B-Man tomorrow, Friday, on his channel, right? So go ahead and check that out. Man, nobody see those notes, bro. Okay? Nobody could see those notes, all right? Look at these notes, all right? But anyway, salute to you guys. This is D-Style Boxing. And what do we say, Reggie?
Keep it boxing.
Keep it boxing. We're out.